So before we get into this video, if you guys want to check out my feature film Pasty, you can. It's on Amazon right now. You can actually get it on sale right now. You can also get the digital copy. It's on Letterboxd, IMDb. Leave a rating, helps us out so much. Hope you guys watch it. Seriously, would mean a lot to me. Also, you can go on Gumroad, buy all of our short films. You can pay whatever you want. It helps us make more projects because we have some exciting stuff in the works. Today marked a very important day for me. I will probably never have theater popcorn again. I've noticed, like, and this doesn't matter. You guys are here to listen about 28 years later, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'll be quick. And maybe you guys can tell me if it's happened to you, but it's just like, I go to the theaters a lot. I mean, last year I had like almost 100 theater visits. You know, I go like sometimes twice a week. And basically, it's like gotten progressively worse. Like, there's not a time where I get popcorn and I don't feel bad. But it's gotten worse. And like today I ate the popcorn and I came home and I was like shaking and stuff. And I have that weird feeling every time I eat the popcorn. It's strange. Like, it's like I can tell it's from the popcorn. So today it's over. I cut it out. Popcorn's gone. No more popcorn. No more. It'll be like just Reese's Pieces. I do love the glizzies though. But 28 years later, now the first film, 28 Days Later, I actually enjoyed that one a lot with Cillian Murphy. That one was directed by Danny Boyle. I really like 28 Days Later. It's a good film. It's a great film, actually. It's one of the best zombie films ever made. And then 28 Weeks Later didn't really do it for me. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't horrible by any means. It was just 28 Days Later. You know, it's hard to follow up from 28 Days Later. And the interesting thing about those films is they were filmed on digital cameras. Almost kind of reminiscent of surveillance and home footage in a way. Well, 28 years later kind of does the same thing where they use iPhones. And with the iPhones, like, sure, they say shot on iPhone, but then you look at the behind the scenes and they've got like 20 iPhones, you know, circling around the characters or whatever. And then they've got like these big lenses, lighting setups. But even with that, it still looks like an iPhone. It has that weird ghosting throughout most of the film. There's nothing wrong with that either. I actually really, really liked it. And I also really like the aspect ratio, the 2:7:6:1 aspect ratio for it, because a studio could have easily have said, look, we don't want that. And I'm glad that they didn't, because it looks really good. Like, I know it cuts off a lot of the screen, blah, 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 but like it looks good. The cinematography in this is great. There are some pretty chilling shots in this. Like, there's seriously some pretty chilling moments. The film stars Aaron Taylor and Ralph Fiennes, and it's set 28 years, of course, later. And it follows a father and son on this sort of secluded island that's basically quarantined themselves from the rest of the mainland, but people go out into the mainland. And they can come back. But it's really cool because, like, you have like this island, right, that they're staying on, and then you have the mainland right here. But there's like this long sort of road that leads, you know, connecting the two essentially. But then sometimes, you know, there's a tide that comes up and it makes it impossible to cross it. And I think that that's very interesting. I find it very fascinating. It does some really cool things with its cinematography. Of course, it's Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle's editing and cinematography, it's very cut. Like, I mean, you see it in Train Spotting, 127 Hours, and of course, you know, 28 Days Later in this. But it works, and I really like that style. Like, I mean, I'm somebody, you know, I love a good methodical film, don't get me wrong, but I mean, there's just something about it. It adds a little bit of electricity to it. That's almost how I would kind of like describe it. It's almost like electricity going through the edit. And there's some pretty gnarly angles in this. I mean, seriously, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I genuinely think that this is one of the scariest zombie films that I have seen. It's probably one of the more unnerving films that I've seen lately, like in terms of the first half. That's what I want to talk about. The first half of the film, which I won't get into any spoilers, but the first half of the film is phenomenal. 10 out of 10. I can comfortably say that. I was on the edge of my seat. I found it very engaging. It's almost like two separate movies in a way, which I know we're technically, I think, getting like 2 more films after this. But it's just seeing the father and son dynamic on the mainland. It's phenomenal. It really is. It just something with like the infected. It's creepy. It's creepy with the soundtrack and the visuals. I mean, it really does go there. I mean, even in the first 10 minutes of the film, it goes there, and it goes there It's pretty interesting for sure. I'm very surprised like that they got the rights to a certain thing to use it in that way. It's interesting. The second half of the film, unfortunately, it's not bad. It's just it doesn't live up to that first half to me. The first half again is freaking masterful. Like I cannot wait to watch it again. But then you have the ending, which I won't spoil. It's very bizarre. It's very, very bizarre. I was just like, my theater was just like, hmm. And I went and I saw this at 3 p.m. and there were quite a few people in there. So at least I know in my neck of the woods, people really seem to enjoy this franchise, which is really nice. But yeah, the movie's really, dude. Like it's really, really good. I was not expecting it. I was not expecting 28 years later to be this. And again, the iPhone cinematography, the thing that I love about it is it breaks every conventional rule in filmmaking. I mean, it breaks everything from the 180 to the way things are edited to insert shots to the way things are framed, lighting. It goes to show that there are no rules in filmmaking, especially if you have a vision and you're kind of doing it in a certain way. I genuinely cannot wait to see the next one. I am just so excited. Yes, if you go into this, it's not going to end the way you want it to, if that makes sense, without spoiling anything, because there is another one. So I think that that's just very important to know going into it. But I was pleasantly surprised with it. 28 years later, it was a good time. It exceeded my expectations. It was not at all what I thought it was going to be. That first half was almost, in a way, meditative, but it was just very hectic. I had a great time. What more can I say? But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. Let me know what your favorite 28, whatever it is later is, down in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.